off leash. Did this earlier, but I want it to just be me and Grizz this time. See if Goose not being with us, what kind of difference it will make. It's a little bit later in the day, and so there are more people out, and want to make sure that Grizz doesn't bother anybody. But as I stated in the earlier live stream, all the fundamentals are there, right? Grizz is checking in when he's supposed to. He's not going. He only goes a certain distance and then he checks in. If I move the other direction, he moves with me. The only things we need to improve are making sure he doesn't get too far ahead and not approaching every person he sees, which when he's with his owners, as far as they've told me, he's done really well. But I'm not his owner. So, things are going to be a little bit different. If you're new to my channel or you've never met Grizz, Grizz has been on my channel since the beginning. He's one of my clients' dogs. Got a really, really good relationship with Grizz. When he comes, usually comes for a few days when his owners are out of town. Him and Goose have a great time. And so we got a good thing going. But the off-leash stuff is new for Grizz. And so we're testing this out. He did great at the 4th of July. His owners took him to a park or a big open field where they shot fireworks. They let him off leash. He played with their son, and he did really, really well. He said he didn't bother anybody. There were, was people in the field. There weren't any dogs, so that's the one thing we don't want to test that yet. But just want to take him to an open area where there are people in the distance, so that way we can begin to mitigate. If he sees somebody and starts to move towards them, I can intervene or anticipate and then make sure he doesn't get the idea that running up to everybody is a good thing. So we're just introducing structure in off-leash manner. Now, there's a whole process of going off-leash. Grizz, hey, Grizzy Grizz, come here, buddy. Yeah, all right, good boy, good boy. I don't want him to get too far ahead. Now, just to state too, I've never trained Grizz. Never trained him to come when called. I've never trained him to do, to sit, stay, none of that shit. So this is all just the relationship dynamic we've established. Grizz is, I'm proud to say, is one of my, him and his owners are one of my success stories. Really, really proud of the work that they've put in with him. And Grizz is pretty much a grown adult at this point. He's not too much more time before he's actually a full-grown adult male. So there's some people walking the trail here, some people playing basketball. So just want to make sure he doesn't get too far. And like I had said earlier, if I begin to move in a different direction, right, I shouldn't have to call him. He should just start, right, just like this. He should just start moving with me. He should start following me. Right? I shouldn't have to say anything to him. And that's when you're connected with the dog on the right level. Maybe it's not perfect. Doesn't need to be. But the goal would be, like say if Grizz were my dog, the goal would be to get him off leash, looking just like Grey Goose. Just following next to me, behind me. If he was in front, I don't care. Because what's more important to me, like Kaylee used to be off leash and in front of me, I didn't care because Kaylee listened. If I snapped my finger, she'd stop, look. If I gave her some kind of direction, she would stop, or she would adhere to that direction. So to me, it doesn't matter where the dog's at. But what does matter to me is that the dog shows that there's a connection there, and that without having to really speak to them too much, you know, we're in sync. That's what I'm looking for, and all of those components are there with Grizz. So we're just looking to build on that. We want to build on these fundamentals, right? So we can keep moving. I know there's some people up here. So the goal here is we're gonna get it to where Grizz isn't inclined to go approach people. His owner said he didn't approach anybody at the fireworks show, but with me he did approach somebody earlier. I mean, it went very well. Grizz was very nice. The individual is very nice, but I didn't want him to do it. I just wanted to see what would Grizz do. So it's just something I got to keep in mind that I need to address before he begins to approach somebody. So that way it's not something Grizz believes is acceptable or something that he can do. Doing a great job, bud. You're doing a great job. Come here. Come here. Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. You're doing a great job. Right, let's see. There was a couple people over here. See, the areas like this are a great place to test your dog off leash because there's a lot of room. There's a lot of, you know, if you do see a person, it's easy to navigate those situations. Everybody's spread out. You know, there is a main road, but it's way over there. You'd have to get through a lot of weeds to get to that main road. So we don't really have, there's no issues here. Hey, Grizz. No, I don't want Grizz to get in the weeds. Hey, come here, buddy. No weeds. Yeah, no weeds. We got to be careful with the fleas and the ticks. All right, there you go. The edge is fine. Okay, we got people coming up. Excellent. So I'm gonna be proactive. I'm gonna just keep Grizz here, right? All right, so we got people running. Yes. Doing a great job, buddy. That's what I mean by anticipate. He's gonna see the people running, right? And I don't want him. Okay, good. Excellent. I don't want him to get the idea that we can move towards those people. So why don't we follow behind these people, actually? That'd be a good idea. So he can always see them, but that's a good place to start. Now it looks like we got somebody with their dog on a scooter in the distance there. Okay, they're coming this way. So I'm gonna get on this inside here. Keep Grizz moving this way. That way I could block Grizz if he sees that dog and wants to move forward. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, because there's another one. Wait, I think that's the same guy. Holy shit, that scooter moved fast. Okay. Man, he booked it. He booked it across that field. Oh my God, that was fast. Hey. Come here, buddy. Hey, come here. Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah, I think you saw the scooter flying. Nice job, buddy. Okay. Let's not get too far, okay? All right, let's go. We don't want to get too far. All right. Man, where do I get a scooter like that? He fucking flew with that dog across the field. Okay. See, he wants to go that way, but I'm staying over here. I don't want him. We're gonna stay on the outside of the trail here. Good boy. Nice job, Grizz. Excellent. Yes. Yeah. Excellent job. You know, if you're not familiar with my channel, Grizzy is not my dog. He's one of my clients' dogs. I do have permission to do this from them, so. But Grizzy being off leash is very new. You know, we're testing it, experimenting with it. We're, you know, because all of the relationship dynamics are already where they need to be. So now we can give Grizz a little bit more freedom. He's earned that. So now it's just a matter of we just transfer that to him being off leash. You know, all the building blocks are already there. Yeah, I don't mind him being on the edge there, but I don't want him going in the weeds. So he's doing a good job with that. Excellent. Nice job, bud. Yeah. Yeah, and if you know, if you let a dog, see, to me, the true litmus test to me, despite what others may say, is, well, the dog will, if the relationship dynamics are not correct, the dog, when you put the leash on, will express, you know, there'll be some fight in the dog won't listen when it's on the leash. I only agree with that in certain contexts, like we're talking about puppies, or, you know, maybe if you really didn't do any kind of foundational work with your dog, you know, maybe it's a little older and you put the leash on it and it doesn't like the fact that you're controlling it. Yeah, you might have that, but I've found in my years of doing behavioral work with dogs, the real litmus test is taking the leash off. Once you remove the dog's ability, or once you have given the dog the freedom to now choose to listen to you or not, to take off and run away and do whatever the fuck it wants to do, if it feels like it or not, that to me reveals the truth of what kind of relationship do you have with your dog. Does your dog actually respect what you say to it when it has the freedom to blow you off? Does the dog actually want to stay near you in a big open field where it can just, you know, enjoy itself, run all over the place, and do whatever it wants? Is the dog showing that it's still in that follower mentality when you give it the freedom to do what it wants? It doesn't, you know, the dog does not have to listen to you when there's no leash on it. The dog can defy you. The dog can run away. The dog has all the room in the world to express itself how it feels like it. So to me, taking the leash off and seeing, it's like revealing the true nature of what kind of bond have you built with that dog. So to me, it says a lot when you can take your dog off a leash. Grizz, good boy, come here. And you, like I said, I've never trained Grizz to stop or come, or I've never trained him to do that, right? I didn't need to train him to do that. But Grizz respects me, so he's going to listen. And that's like if I stop, he's only going to go so far before he checks in, right? Perfect. If I move the other way, I don't have to call him. He's just going to follow me. See, this it's the same shit with Grey Goose. It was the same with my other two dogs. You shouldn't have to. This is why the whole training thing to me is just, it's irrelevant. It's like once you've done things correctly on a social level, you don't need to train the dog. I don't need to train the dog to stay, come, whatever. All I need to do is give a direction, you know, maybe a verbal discipline. Let the dog what I do and do not want, and the dog should, just out of respect, adhere to that. Right? That's when you know you've done it right. The obedience comes with it. When the dog respects you, the obedience it comes with it. You don't have to do these training sessions 30 minutes a day and drill these commands. You don't need to do any of that shit. This isn't even my dog. Grizz is not my dog. right? Okay. Now we got the runners coming again. Let's see how Grizz reacts. Yeah, good job. Okay. Good boy. Uh-oh, camera. There we go. Yeah, he showed interest, but he doesn't want to chase him down. Hey, come here, bud. Maybe a little bit, but he listened there. Excellent. Nice job. Excellent job, buddy. I love it. I love it. You did so good. I love it. Right? I love it. Just little tests. People here, a dog on a scooter there. But we got room to play with. You know, so if you are thinking about testing your dog off leash, make sure the dog is good on the leash first. That would be your starting point. Hey, Grizz. Come here, buddy. Come here. See, we got other people and a dog in the distance. Come here. Excellent. So, we're going to pull over. This is what I do with my dogs, you know, like if it was my dog, I'd do the same thing. We got people coming. I don't see the dog there. We're just going to pull over and let them pass. Right? Why don't you say hi? Why don't you say hi? Yeah. Because, you know, you have a dog off leash. You know how people feel about it. But especially if it were me and Goose, I wouldn't care. We'd just keep walking because Goose ain't going to bother them or their dog. But Grizz, he's likely to approach them, especially the dog. But, you know, Grizz does not mean any harm. Grizz is not a threat. But I still don't want him to do that. And I don't want these people uncomfortable because a strange dog is approaching them. So we pull over. I'm just going to hold his collar here. Keep him in place, yeah? Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. I know. You're doing so good. You're doing so good, yeah. Right, you see them? They're coming here. Right. Yeah, I know you see him. You see him? Yeah, you see he's becoming a little more alert. Right. So now I'm going to get in front of him. Yeah. Yeah, it's the dog. No. Yeah, he wants to meet the dog. Hey, they got it's a little bit bigger dog. I wasn't looking at the dog until earlier. Okay, but we should be able to keep moving in this direction. So I'm gonna let go of Grizz. You little goofball. You little goofball. You little goofball. You're a goof. Come here. You're a goof. You're a goof. Yeah, I know you're a goof. Excellent. Yeah, you didn't want to go chase him down. Excellent. Good boy. Doing a great job. But as you build trust with the dog, right? Being off leash, that's when you can and of course gauging Grizz's reaction to that dog. And Grizz he loves to play. He just wants to go play. But that reaction tells me, okay, we can pass people, but he's not ready to pass dogs yet. So something we'll have to create some firmer boundaries, you know, when dogs pass, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. People he's doing a really good job with, though. People he'll move towards people, but if I just block him and redirect him, he's fine. He doesn't try to get at him. Yeah, the dog's always a little more excited. Yeah, but I wasn't looking at the dog too. I don't know if the dog was staring him down or whatever, but you know, Grizz didn't bark at him or anything. So you still did a really good job, bud. Yeah, we're just testing things out. I want to get a gauge on. Oh, thank you, Mishy. This is I'm sure you've seen Grizz in other videos. He is a handsome little black lab, ain't he? He's a great dog. It was so funny when we finally got Grizz to a good place. Their owner sent me a message, and she's like, "Thank you, Kevin, for Grizz is like a real dog now." Because when they got him when he was 3 months old, he was like an absolute menace. I don't know if you've seen the videos of him when they first hired me when he was a puppy. He was not your average chocolate lab puppy. And at one point, one of his owners was like, "Kevin, I don't know if we can keep this dog. I don't know if we can do this." But we got there. We got there, and now they're like, "Yeah, he's part of the family, man." So, and him and their son are just two peas in a pod, man. They get along so well. But no, Grizz, he's getting it. Grizz is doing great. He's doing a great job. Okay, we got some people up here. Hey. Okay. Hey, Grizz. Okay, so he wants to. No. This way. Curious about the open garages. Yeah, that's the thing about Grizz is he doesn't mean any ill intent, but he's curious. He's a curious dog. I got nothing wrong with a curious dog, you know. Curiosity is a good thing. But I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream. You know, Grizz he's still a teenager. He'll be an adult very soon. Right? You'll be an adult very soon. I think another 2-3 months and he'll be a full-grown adult. So, getting a phone call. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, I think we have some people at the park. Yes, we do. So I'm going to keep you close to me. Yeah. So if I get in front of Grizz, I can block him if he shows the intent to move towards anybody. I can get in the way, let him know, don't do that. And that should stop him. So, especially if I'm watching him, I can see those early signs. You know, as soon as he fixates, then I can address him there. Because I don't want him to fixate on people, especially off leash. You know, we should be able to pass a park and him not attempt to, you know, we got people playing volleyball, basketball, kids at the park. You're doing a great job, buddy. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna stay on the inside. I'm gonna keep him on the outside here. Doing a great job. I'm keep you on the outside. Yes. All right, so I'm sure he can hear the sounds. I'm playing basketball, volleyball. You're killing it, bud. You're killing it. This way. Yeah, let's go this way. I'll go too far. And see if you just, you know, he wants to get ahead a little bit, but if I just grab the collar and just slow him down, just give him a little touch. That slows him down. You don't need to do anything more than that. Right? Just keep him on the inside or the outside. And then we're just gonna pass these people playing basketball. Right? That's all I need to do. Just that touch just tells him stay on the outside, right? As we're passing the kids playing basketball. Doing a great job, Grizz. Yeah. All right. Okay, and we got people on bikes here. I'm just gonna slow him down a little bit. get back in front of you. Excellent job, Grizz. Excellent, 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 excellent. You're making me so proud. This way, yep, this way. See, a lot of this is just now guiding and directing. Grizz listens, so all I have to do is just give him some guidance, right? You know, to ignore the people. Don't worry about it. Some cars. He's doing great. Now, you should be able to replicate this from dog to dog to dog to dog. As you've seen, I do this with already done this with Grey Goose. I did it with my previous 2 dogs. You know, I've done it here and there with other people's dogs, but you know, that was usually when they come stay with me. But Grizz is like, he's like a mainstay, right? He stays with me a lot. So I would expect him to, I want to get him to the level where I could, you know, where he's like Grey Goose, where he's just kind of following behind me. So you should be able to do that from dog to dog to dog. You should be able to replicate that. I took him and Goose out earlier, and it was Grizz was a little more wild. He did listen pretty well, but he was a little more, you know, he wanted to play with Goose, and he was a little more all over the place, which was fine. He still listened, but I wanted to take him out one-on-one, see what kind of difference Goose not being around would have, and it wasn't that much different. He's killing it though. He's doing a great job. Doing a great job, Grizz. Yeah. I like this park. It's right next to where I live. You know, we take morning walks here all the time. Really, really good place to walk. So I guess, yes, he speeds up, so I just slow him down. Slow him down, yeah. And if he keeps doing that, then I'll get in front of him. Okay, he sees that person. Here, let's go this way. Excellent. What you smell? Big pile of shit? Probably. Something like that. All right. Good boy, Grizz. Nice job. You're killing it, man. Killing it. Yeah, I was telling a story earlier. If you missed the beginning of the stream, his owners took him to a fireworks show, 4th of July. You know, one of those big open fields, a lot of people. And they said he did really, really well. They let him off leash because they've been kind of playing with it here and there too. Grizz really likes to play with their son, and their son was running all over the place, and Grizz wanted to follow, so they're like, you know what, just let him go. He said, did really well. He didn't bother anybody. Uh-oh, what do you see? Brown, no. He loves leaves. I don't know what it is. You love the leaves, man. All right, come on. They're like, he didn't chase anybody. Even when the fireworks went off, said fireworks didn't bother him. It was really, really good. So it was really good to hear that. So I'm sure they'll be very happy to watch this, how well he did. Yeah. Excellent work, Grizz. I gotta go to the store and get you something to, maybe get you a big fat rib or something. Okay, we're almost done here. We are almost done. It's usually kids playing, but there's Oh, I think I hear him actually. You hear the kids? Yeah, you hear the kids? Okay, got, I think that's a little dachshund barking. Okay, we got the moving guys. Yeah. Hi. Oh, don't be all huffy. He's friendly. He won't bother you.
I know I'd pet you, but I gotta. I'm in a hurry.
Let her go. Let her go. She's in a hurry.
But I would pet you though.
Sure. All right. That's my neighbor. She's got a little. That was her dog barking. She's got a little dachshund. She sees us walking. She's like, "You work with dogs? I always see you got dogs over here." So we know each other a little bit. Okay. All right, we're done. Nice job, Grizz. All right. Okay.